If you are interested in learning how to make this Peekaboo Bob Marley tumbler, keep watching. I started with a sanded spray painted 22-ounce fatty tumbler from the Stainless Depot. I just spray painted the tumbler in random places until it was to my liking. I mixed my epoxy equal parts of part A and part B. I used about 2.5 ml of part A and part B to make a total of 5 ml. Then I just take my popsicle stick and just mix it until it is clear. Once the epoxy is mixed, I'm going to take my gloved finger and rub a thin amount of epoxy all over the cup. I'm using the epoxy in this case as an adhesive for the glitter that I will be placing on the cup. I did not use the entire epoxy. I still had about 2.5 ml left after I was done. Now I am taking my green glitter from Recollections and placing it all over the spots that are spray painted green and dumping any excess on my catch paper. I repeat the same process for the red and the yellow glitter. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave a comment. Also, check out the description box below for the list of supplies I used in this tutorial. Once I am finished placing the glitter on the tumbler, I set it on my cup toner to let it dry for a few hours. Just look at how beautiful those colors look together. After I let it dry for a few hours, I take my Krylon Crystal Clear acrylic coating and spray the tumbler to seal the glitter so it won't move when I put a coat of epoxy over it. I let this dry for about an hour. Now I am mixing some more epoxy, equal parts of part A and part B. I used about 15 ml of each and I will be placing it all over the tumbler. Then I take my heat gun to go over the cup to pop any bubbles. You do not want to hold the heat gun in one place, and you don't want to keep it on there for a long time. It will eventually burn the epoxy. Once I'm done, I let it spin on the turner for about 4 hours, and then I turn it off and let it sit for about another 4 hours. While the cup is spinning, I'm going into Silhouette Studio to get my designs ready for the cup. Since this is a Bob Marley themed cup, I am using a silhouette of Bob Marley that I found on Google, and I'm going to take my trace tool and trace this image of Bob Marley and resize it to my liking. Now I'm going to go through my fonts to see what font style I like for this tumbler. You will see I duplicate one of the choices to compare which one I like the best. When I was in Jamaica 2 years ago, a phrase they used often was "everything is Irie," which means everything is good. I eventually added a Rastafarian lion design, which is not shown in the video as well. Now I'm going to send it to my Silhouette Cameo, and I'm using Oracle 651 vinyl in a color that I really don't use, and let the machine cut my design. Now I'm just going to weed the design and place it on the tumbler to my liking. But before I place the design on my tumbler, I sand it down to get rid of any rust spots that may have appeared from the glitter and epoxy. When I place the design on the cup, I make sure that the edges are all pressed down because I don't want any paint to seep through after this step. Now I am taking my Rust-Oleum black matte spray paint and spraying over the cup. Make sure you're wearing gloves on this step to avoid spray paint on your fingers. I forgot to put them on, and luckily my nails weren't done because I definitely spray painted on my fingers. Wait about an hour after I spray paint to touch it, so once it was dry, I peeled off the vinyl design from the cup to reveal the glitter. I eventually used a thumbtack to help me remove it. With whatever you use, just be careful not to go through the epoxy that's on top of the glitter. Make sure to leave the negative space of the design. Now it is time to epoxy again. I am using a total of 30 mLs, and I'm putting about a total of 5 mLs in another cup that I'm going to add glitter to. I sometimes like to break my popsicle sticks in half to save on supplies. Now I'm adding this glitter from Glitterful called Brooklyn, and I'm taking my silicone brush and placing the glitter epoxy on the black parts of the tumbler, trying to avoid the design with the glitter. Now I'm taking the epoxy without the glitter and rubbing it in on the entire cup. Then I take my heat gun and try to pop any bubbles from the tumbler. I let that spin for about 4 hours and continue to dry for about another 4 hours, and here is the finished product. This is one of my favorite tumblers I have made so far. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you have any ideas on what you want to see next, please leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching.